Happy December 31st. Happy last day of 2025. So hopefully you guys were able to trade off to a good note. Hopefully you guys had a good trade. Hopefully you guys didn't take a massive blowout or just blew your account, because that's definitely not the way you should be ending 2025. But hey, in case if you did, right, because I know there's always going to be as many people that took a profit, there's just 2-3 times more people that took a loss or that blew their account or lost their funded or failed their eval. So if you're trading the prop firm space, right? So look, gonna talk about trading, gonna talk about today's setup, gonna talk about this last in the video. What I'm gonna talk about right now, and this is a little bit more on the important side, because if you want to succeed in 2026, this is what matters the most. It's about being in this Discord, right? So let's start off with this little conversation. Somebody joined just 2 days ago, right? It actually was kind of crazy because really didn't get along too well with this person right off the bat. Kind of a bumpy road here. But either way, I gave my server, said it's a trading server, up to you, interested. If you are, then join, right? Person joined, honestly kind of shook me, was surprised. In case if it didn't really amaze this person right off the bat, because they did join on a weekend, I think it was a Friday or Saturday. I told them, look, most people, this trading week, upcoming week, and this weekend, people are out on vacation, right? So it's not going to be the best time to be in Discord. It's going to be a little bit dead. It's going to be a little bit dry. Crazy enough, and I really mean this, I'm trying my best to have good energy and quality people in the Discord, rather than just growing some, bullshit server with just as many people, but not really the best quality of individuals, right? So, funny enough, a whole day later, you can literally see it 10:21 a.m. to the next day on the 29th, 9:27 a.m. I was like, hey, bro, you like the server? Yes, it's amazing, right? A lot of praise. He actually dropped a lot of praise, as well as so many other people that you can just see in my DMs. I do talk to a lot of people. But anyways, I just really just wanted to ask, hey, do you like it? And this person said, yeah. Now, what matters the most, I just started the server November 13th of this year, and we are already at 108 people in here. Not that anything has a price, because it's free. Education should be free. We start off with people showing the profits, which I forgot to show my profits, right? Everybody's looking at each other's profits and kind of learning from each other. And then this is my favorite part that no other server has, is that we have our daily recaps. We also have other content creators who also create the YouTube to talk about it, right? To talk about what, in this case, this guy is very psychology oriented, and that's some great content and some great videos that everybody should be watching, right? Maybe that I don't offer the best educational videos, then there's definitely somebody in the server that does. So if we go to a daily recap, you can just look at how many active posts we have here, right? So many, right? Yeah, it could always be more, but look, so many people. You can see they comment on this, and it's very active. They comment on it every day, update it every day as they trade. So 1 hour, 5 hour, 8 hour, 11 hours ago, a day ago. He didn't trade today, right? A day ago, yesterday. A lot of people don't trade today, right? So some people obviously are a little bit on the slacking side, but December is not a month that everybody is even trading, or is even at home. Maybe they went vacation or traveling elsewhere, right, to visit their loved ones, whatever the case may be. But anyways, this is how you grow. You actually have to engage in the server, take advantage of the resources available, so you can learn, right? So, and it's not just about trading. I mean, at one point, we had multiple people in here. It was me and 2 people in the lounge, and then 4 people on trading server, voice chat. Both our voice channels were being fully utilized, and people were just talking, right? So in the trading, you obviously know what people were talking about. They're talking about trade breakdowns. Some people were doing trading recaps, whatnot, and talking about their strategies. Even if it's not the same strategy as mine, there's people who make money, are profitable, whether it's funded or live accounts, or people who are even on the other side, who are not profitable, who are on a demo, who are trying to pass an eval, who are just completely stuck and down and out in life and they're trading. Then they come over here and they ask, I want to learn how, and can you teach me what to do? Okay, so that's exactly what was over here. I mean, at one point we had like 5 hours worth of communications in the trading voice channel, which was just crazy. Uh, and in the lounge, sometimes after trading, we just like to play a game. Sometimes play with Roblox, Fortnite, or whatever these games may be, right? Sometimes I'm not even playing the games myself, but there's definitely people in here who tell each other, let's hop on the lounge voice channel, let's play some game. Or what I like to do is sometimes stream some movies here and there. But as we're growing, we're still expecting to have these people, and sometimes we like to do a little bit of gambling on stakes or rain bets, right? So fun. It's very fun. I'm really hoping to push those type of things more, because that's exactly what you have to learn, and what you have to learn in order to succeed in this industry. When to learn to trade, and when to learn to just completely get out, right? And these are things. There's specific reasonings why I'm bringing this type of stuff into this video, because first, for one, I'm a private equity investment officer for a very, very public and big federal bank in the United States of America. So what that means is that I know the schedule, and my cohort is the one that takes care of NASDAQ, NAS 100, and NQ on my in my cohort, or my investment floor, right? So what that means in just simple, plain simple terms, is that I know when banks are out to set their orders. I know what that setup may look like, not fully, but I get hinted. And I also know when banks are looking just to take out all the traders, and what that may mean for you. So if you want to learn these things, you have to join my inner circle. This server is mine, and I'm only telling these type of information, these type of things for people in here, right? So um, it's funny. People want to doubt me, people want to judge me, but I am officially 24 days green. I did not have the best setup today. In fact, today's setup would have been a loss, but had I not managed it properly, it definitely would have been a loss, and it would have broke my 23-day streak. But instead, I turned 23 into 24 official days green. It don't matter whether I'm break even, whether I'm $2 in profit, whether I'm $7 in profit, or whether I'm $70 in profit like today. Again, not the best profits, but profit is profit. And when you are able to make profit by profit by profit each and single day, profit, 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 you win. Consistency is what leads you to profitability. So again, join the server. It's free. It's not just about trading. It's also about, just kind of bragging. We have a lot of car people for one, um, a lot of people who love food. Um, I kind of feel offended. People didn't like my stuff, actually. But talking about food recipes over here. He was putting me on game. Um, and then there's times where I'm not gonna show this channel, but this is kind of a funny channel to explore, right? It's, but as you can see, like people, you see how as soon as I lift my cursor off this chat channel, there's people already texting. That means it's an active server, right? And even then, we have weekly recaps, daily recaps. To actually, you have a few people making contents over here. And you can see all these emojis. It's genuinely just a fun place to be at. But anyways, with that being said, again, if you're willing to learn anything in life, it starts off with being in the right headspace. And by being in the right headspace, you have to be in the right environment. So again, if you're in this space, I actually know that there's few more people in here who gave me praise for the server, but I don't really remember who it was and where it's at now. But look, I mean, it's funny. We're over here to always succeed and grow, and when you guys make good money, let's go on vacations together, right? But back to the charts, because this is what matters the most. I mean, if you don't understand what's happening here, this is where you're gonna get fucked up. So ideally, let's rewind it a bit just to show you guys. Again, the first trade, man, I just made, what was it? It was $23, right? So I looked at the pre-market candle. I knew that, I mean, even though I had a heavy buys that we're gonna sell off, I saw support and I saw resistance. And it made sense that we were, what I was expecting is that we're gonna come down and we're gonna tap this again before we finally just break off, right? So I was bearish on a day. I was bearish on New York opening, but what had struck me is that pre-market we couldn't. Every time we came here, we bounced up. Every time we came here, we bounced up. So it just like we did this twice, and then on the third attempt, on the third time that it was gonna bounce, and if it was gonna bounce in the New York opening, I wanted to make sure to get in, and so I did, and so I did. Um, it was, I think, a little bit earlier. So again, guys, what that dotted line means, that's just my entry. I'll make it a little bit clear, a little bit easier, because I know a lot of people like this type of stuff. And I was really expecting something like this. I wanted to actually see it break past these highs. But in order for that to happen, I have to understand if market is able to crush and beat that little support zone that we had here. Because we wicked it twice, right? So 15 minutes we went up, 15 minutes we wicked it again and came back down. So that means 30 minutes, and again, we're on a 15-minute time frame now. So that means 30 minutes we wicked it, rejected it. So I want to see it when we go for a buy. I want to see it break it, but this is definitely the area where I will take profit if necessary, or adjust my stop loss if she's not exactly breaking it, right? Maybe I just want to secure max profits for whatever the case may be, or secure some means of profits. You got to pay yourself as you're in a trade. If you're up in money, if you're up in profit, you have to trail your stop loss, right? Again, I'm a federal investor. I'm a private equity investment officer for a federal bank. It just can't get clearer than this, that there's, in order to trade, it's not just a job for me. It's really my life. So I take this very seriously. Yes, whether the trade qualities are not the best tier or something like that, that's definitely a whole different conversation. Where, you know, I'm not the best trader, and none of my videos have I ever said I'm the best trader, but I am profitable, and my profits definitely start adding up to take care of my expenses. Even though this is just a small account flip, but I still do really good on my big account or even my work account. So, but with that being said, I told these guys not to trade today just because of the things that was going on at my bank. And what that means is that if we're having drama at work, or if I'm having drama at work and people are calling off, considering that it's December 31st of 2025, and I'm telling these guys, from the last week of trading to the last day of the year trading, and what happened basically yesterday that I noticed at work, and that what's happening today, this morning, I called off last minute from work because I knew it was going to be a choppy day. And I told and I broke down this whole reasoning in the Discord. Whether they listen to me, I mean, some people don't want to listen and they end up taking a nasty blowout. I can't help them. It's almost like they don't want it for themselves to succeed. But there are some things you have to think about, because at the end of the day, everything, all of these moves are calculated. Believe it or not, it truly is calculated. In fact, some of the strategies that you guys claim that's profitable, it's nothing more so than just propaganda. So I'm not going to explain what that means, because that is stuff that I have already said yesterday in my own Discord. Okay? So if you want to join Discord, if you just want to hear what that means or figure it out and understand how you can be on the better side, how you can be on the winning side and be profitable and make trading a full-time income, you have to just listen to somebody who does this full-time. I'm a full-time investor slash trader. Also, I've been doing this for 9 years. Anyways, when market opened, fair enough, she actually did wicked, but the thing is, as soon as I got in profit, I just saw that she was coming back down, and she wicked again for the fourth time. Remember, I told you guys we bounced twice off of this line. The third time was the market opening. I got filled in for my buy, but then she started tanking down. And then for the fourth leg, she was coming back up. I really wanted to see this come back up, but she wasn't. She wasn't really moving. In fact, it was actually more like down here, to be honest. She wasn't, because I remember I got 6 points in profit, and I moved my stop loss to secure my entry, and next thing you know, my stops got hit, and it just slapped it. It wasn't even fast though. So if you were heavy on sells, if you didn't have a heavy stop loss, or if you weren't patient, You could have got fucked up too. Um, but that's fine. That's fine. Because I made $24 here. I was up. Very tiny minor profits. I knew I didn't want to trade, and I definitely didn't want to push the gas. There's no way anybody could push the gas today. But I did know if we come back down here, well, we're holding support here because look at this. And then we just went back up. So what are we going to see this one do? Come back down, and then we're going to see it play around, and then we're going to see it curl back up, right? Exactly. Notice this pattern because that's exactly what it's been doing here. So all the truth lies in the left. Let me delete that. What did we do? I waited for my trade. I waited for price to come here. I did take this trade. I mean, again, let me just use this. Was it this one? Yep, I did use this. I wanted to see curl all the way back up, honestly. But it didn't really do that. In fact, I actually got it a little bit lower. What was it? Was it right there? 411, 434. It was a little bit lower. I remember it was 5 points. Yeah, right there. That was 5 points from bottom taking it. She did come up. That's where I took profit. So that's basically where I made like $40, $50. Again, guys, you have to remember I'm trading on my small account for right now at least because I'm already up, sitting heavy and sitting great on the month. Why do I want to push it? I don't want to risk more capital. I don't want to risk myself to basically. I don't want to risk my profits since I'm already up a huge, crazy amount on this month, right? So came back down. Ideally, I did want to take a buy, but I thought it was going to break it. It just kind of seemed like it was doing whatever it took or whatever, but at the end of the day, she did end up breaking it. It wasn't surprising at all, but when she was curling her way back up, that's where I realized, you know what, markets already call it a day. And considering my experience around what happens after typically 7 to 7:15, that's where you don't really want to be in the markets because that's a very crucial time to the banks. So again, if you found this video even slightly or remotely interesting, beneficial, there was something that you're able to take away from this video, or even if you just want to join the Discord, I mean, the Discord link is in my bio, the link bio of this video, as a matter of fact, and in the bio of my YouTube homepage. And in case if you can't find it, just text Discord. I'll send you the link in the comments and respond to you. But look, big things to come in 2026. If you're learning this and if you'll be profitable, again, join the Discord, right? Join the Discord. Yes, this wasn't the best trade, but I still made profits today. So again, if it doesn't make a difference whether it's small, whether it's big, whether it's small profits, it does not make a damn difference. At the end of the day, my goal is to walk away knowing that I made some money to the best of my ability, and that's had exactly what just happened today and the last 23 days. So 24 days green, I'll take it. Whether it's by an inch, a centimeter, or a mile, whatever, green is green. So be safe. Happy New Year's Eve. No video tomorrow because the markets are closed tomorrow, so no trading for anybody. And as always, peace, love, and cheers. Thank you.